Well, I'm Jerry Dewitt, and I was a Pentecostal preacher for 25 years. I was saved at age 17 in Jimmy Swaggart's church. As a believer, I saw the world as something that was controlled by the Spirit. I believed that there was angelic beings, that there was principalities and powers in heavenly places that had an effect on the physical world, that the physical world was really nothing more than a representation of what was going on in the spiritual world, and that our obligation as believers was to work with the Holy Spirit in a way that would change what was happening in the spirit world so that you would then indirectly change what was happening in the physical world. If someone was sick, then there would be a spiritual cause for that. So instead of directly addressing the physical cause for their sickness, you would try to work with the spiritual cause, and then that would indirectly fix the physical cause. What's different is my understanding is now based on reason. It's now based on evidence. It's now based on scientific research. I now believe, through my experiences and through my studies, that we have much more control over our lives than what we were ever told when we believed in the spiritual causality. Obviously, what you're contemplating and what you're dealing with isn't easy, isn't simple, or you would already be past it by now. That's the bad news. The good news is there's a lot of people that's past it, just like myself. There's a lot of people who can look you in the eye and say, it's okay to be what you are. Yes, you're an atheist, and that's okay. It's okay for me, and it's okay for you. And you will get past this moment, and you're going to see that all of the limitations that you felt when you were in religion, right now you already can sense that there's a much bigger world out there waiting on you. And you're right, it really is. And once you get past this little step, once you come out, once you see it really is okay to be an atheist, then you're going to begin the greatest journey of your life, which is exploring you, finding out about you, free from all of these other labels and all of this other cookie-cutter mentality that you've been exposed to all of your life up to this point. You're going to begin to experience yourself, and you're going to see what great value you have, completely contradictory to everything that religion has said about you thus far. One of the things that I'm so excited about doing right now is I'm involved in this thing called recovering from religion. Because if it was easy, we would have just all done it already. So people like you and people like me, we're sitting down at the table, we're sharing our experiences, and we're learning how to explore and enjoy this new life, how to explore and enjoy ourselves. So we're going to recover from religion together. It's really, truly okay to be an atheist. If you're like me, you've heard all the stories about atheism, especially if you're still a Christian, if you're still involved in Christianity, and they're literally just made out to be like modern-day witches or something. Some kind of evil force is controlling them, and they have no morals, and they're out to do evil things. First and foremost, I do think you're like me. I think you, in your heart, you're a humanist. And that's what I am. And that's why I was in Christianity in the first place, is because I wanted to lessen human suffering. Unfortunately, you have to admit, like I eventually had to accept, not everybody in Christianity, not everybody in religion are humanist. Some of them are just religious people, trying to do things for their own good and not for the betterment of humanity. But I don't think you're that person, or you wouldn't be watching this. And I'm not that person. And that's what propelled me to take this journey that I've taken. I have found, now that I'm in the atheist movement, and I'm meeting these people personally, and I'm spending time with them, I'm having supper with them, I'm on the phone and on Facebook, and I'm building these relationships with these people, they're not the evil people that we were told they were going to be. Instead, they're the humanists that we always looked for back in religion. They're the very people that care about the things that we care about. They're the people who are concerned with all the issues we were concerned with. They're the people that can tell you, not just spiritually, but biologically and sociologically, they're the ones who can tell you why you need to love your brother as yourself. So just give this just a little bit longer. Just keep looking at it just a little bit longer, and you're going to find out that all the things that we were told weren't really what we were led to believe they are. I'm Jerry. I pastored for 25 years in one form or the other. Beautiful, wonderful people that I loved and who loved me. I'm no longer in religion, and I'm no longer a Christian. We are atheism.